Alright, what's up guys? Time for another video. Here's some more subject matter, and this video too is another one where I would literally, unlike everybody else that can speak everything with a straight face, these are the kind of people I'm going to talk about that literally, me personally, I admit, just to make a video and talk about them, to talk about them in a video that you almost ruined the video trying not to laugh with just by talking about him. Okay, yeah, Mr. Fake gangster badass child drives mommy and daddy's Toyota Corolla or Honda Civic, and Mr. My car is my bubble and my safe space, and front and center in my fake badass facade, excuse me, and also Little Mr. I have to surround myself with fake badasses to actually make people believe, or try to con people into believing that I'm some kind of badass myself. I need the car, mommy and daddy's car, and shitty rap music is the front and center. Car is the bubble, the safe space. Don't feel like a badass outside the car. Have to surround myself with fake badasses, and the whole fake charade and facade is their whole reason for living. Sounds like somebody that has a lot of growing up to do, and pretty much needs to cut the act, cut the facade. Cut the fake show. Does not fool anybody. Drive by in mommy and daddy's car, with shitty rap music. It just nobody thinks you're a badass. They're just all laughing at you. To talk about them in a video that you almost ruined the video trying not to laugh with just by talking about them. Okay, and keep in mind, I have a disclaimer too. I had friends that, hey, listen to a little bit of rap music and dress a particular way and being a little bit of a hipster. So I'm not trashing all of them. People like you had friends that look like us, but these like pathetic little shits like that actually have some growing up to do. Some of them grow out of this shit, but maybe some of you guys actually have an image of particular people like this. And what's really sad and funny though too, they start out as kids, like say you went to school with, and say you're old enough and out of school and drinking age, and you see these kids would also be staring at you like they're like shit or something, and acting just like the kids in the high school, yelling and heckling stupid shit, trying to be a badass anyway. But anyway, they start out as kids in school, but a lot of them, they'll be in their 20s, pushing 30, still living with their parents in a room in their parents' house, and carrying on the same charade, the same facade, the same behavior. It makes you laugh. And I did a video about, okay, this kind of dovetails into a previous video I did about what I called the pseudo-gangster beta male, that phenomenon. And I explained that to you. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I did a video about it. The pseudo-gangster or beta male, which I say that they're kind of cowardly, wimpy little shits. And they try to put on the facade by they're really cowardly and everything. So they got to surround themselves with what people perceive to be badasses, or people that who they want to get other people to perceive are badasses. And the pseudo gangster beta male would be down here from the badasses that they try to surround themselves with, and that's part of their facade, because they got nothing on their own. They're mentally and physically lazy and pathetic. You get ones that are actually below even that. For example, a couple of these ones, if they got older and wound up in jail or prison, these ones would be so pathetic that I would say they'd be so pathetic that somebody's bitch will come along and make them their bitch. I mean, talking about like, anyway, they would, nothing wrong with dressing like a hipster. Everybody goes through their phase. But these ones will dress real baggy t-shirts and with real baggy sleeves and real baggy pants. And they would have the real baggy shorts, right, that go this much below the knee, and they're real wide out this way and flare out, right? And usually they'd have real skinny legs and skinny arms and a skinny neck. And they'll think that dressing in some real wide baggy shorts that come a few inches past your knee shirts with real baggy sleeves make them look bigger, and they actually look like a tree branch that somebody threw a shirt and shorts onto. You know what I mean? Say you took a tree branch with a couple branches on it and hung a shirt on it and put shorts on it. That's what they look. And all these shorts and their sleeves would actually be emphasizing their skinny little legs, like this much leg between their shoe and the shorts, right? Look like sticks. And the arms, yeah, they have sometimes sleeves that go all the way down, arms like this, and it just enhances skinny little arms. But anyway, I won't spend too much time on the chubbier types. The chubbier fat boy types, not going against anybody's weight, because I had friends and co-workers that were on the chubby side and they were able to work and do different things like that. But anyway, the chubbier ones would be wearing the baggier clothes, thinking it'll cover up the fact that they're just, you know, no different than the well, they'd be able to beat up the stick figure ones that I'm talking about, right? Because of their weight would be an advantage, you know. But anyway, but their thing is that their whole facade and their whole show is way more dependent, along with surrounding ourselves with some badasses that are older than them, or pseudo badasses that are a little bit buffed, that might actually get out of a car and give you trouble. The ones that did threaten to get after you. But anyway, I try not to laugh here. These ones, besides being cowardly and surrounding themselves with pseudo badasses to make people think that they're bad, pass themselves off as badasses, right? Depending on that, they're also their whole facade of badassery, and it's actually knuckleheadness and shitassery, really. Also, that whole facade revolves around having a car and always in a car. It's that maybe their parents' Toyota, their parents' mom and dad's Toyota Corolla, or something like that, like it's a sports car, right? And they had to play some kind of rap music, the shittiest rap music, not the better rap like when I was younger, you know, that came out, Run DMC and Beastie Boys, not the better shit. Totally no knowledge or even care about any real R&B or soul that when black people first hit the music scene and had actual talent. They're oblivious to that, or they'll call it old fogies music or something. It's not cool to them, but they will listen to this shitty I'll shoot you because that shitty I'll shoot you because you fractured my ego type thing, pseudo-gangster music, playing it real loud to announce the facade that they're trying to put on to everybody, thinking that driving by in a car, you know, with a skinny neck, and knowing it's they're driving their parents' Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla, like they're driving a sports car, and their parents' car, still living with their parents, and it's just because they buy a little weed off of the pseudo badasses that they want to surround themselves with, just to put on the whole facade. And the pseudo badasses they surround themselves with, they want you, me, and all the domesticated church people in the neighborhood to think that these people they hang with and surround themselves with are a real gang, and they're actual gangsters, and they're not. They're just put on a facade. Some of them are just old enough to buy them beer or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, anyway, a lot of these dipshits and knuckleheads, their car is their safe space, where they project their ego driving around like that. When they're outside, literally outside of a car, and when they're not around their pseudo badasses they surround themselves with, which maybe they buy a joint from them or buy them beer or something. These ones they surround themselves with make fun of them right to their face or whatever, think they're pathetic or whatever. Literally, whatever pseudo badasses and the people, like I repeatedly say, that they're trying to fool everybody into those people they surround themselves with that make everybody believe it's a gang. It's actually just like the stupidest facade, and in reality, they're following them around, pathetically following them around like little bitches or something. That's why the black people's term, I think black people came up, with the term, he's just a punk ass bitch. That's what like a punk ass bitch is or whatever. You got these, what's worse, white kids, what's worse, actual old school racism, which is wrong. What is worse, that or dumbass white kids trying to actually pretending really hard to be black and imitating the stereotypes. Anyway, imitating the bad stereotypes, the negative stereotypes of black people, which some smarter black people might even be offended or insulted by that, or if they're not offended or insulted, most of the time laugh at them behind their back, or even backhandedly, like they're joking, laugh in their face or whatever. But then a certain portion of them string them along, laugh at them practically to their face and just string them along like some kind of useful idiots. I don't know, there might be some of them that or almost what do you want to call it, eat that shit up that these pathetic little shitheads follow them around. But I imagine there's some people that are black, they don't got no time for that shit and make fun of that shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, what's worse, being an actual Ku Klux Klan type racist, or pathetically imitating, trying real hard to imitate a stereotype of black people that's a bad stereotype that anyway to some normal black people might even be an insult to their intelligence and highly laughable. I mean, that, yeah, you try not to laugh talking about it. Yeah, and these kids, some of them outgrow that bullshit, and then some of them continue that shit into their 20s or whatever the hell, too. Yeah, and they'll walk around with the baggy clothes, made skinny little legs and skinny arms, thinking that walking around with some kind of nervous swagger, well, they think it's some kind of badass swagger, so those baggy sleeves are full. They think that them baggy sleeves flopping around in the wind is going to make them look a little bit bigger, and that these baggy clothes make them look bigger and hide what they really are. And it actually just makes them look stupider. And that walk and the swagger, they're in the baggy clothes flopping around, actually looks more like when they're doing that shit too hard or too intensely trying to be a badass, right? It actually looks like they have some kind of nervous condition or something. Yeah, it was hard for me to get that out because, like I said, when I talk about this shit, I may not make the video all over again. Yes, I admit, making videos about shit like this, a lot of us try not to laugh and ruin the video because it's so freaking ridiculous that, alright, it's almost like, what the hell's that guy's name that talks about, like, all the leftists? I know his face. I'm subscribed to him. Okay, if you do a search in YouTube, type in "you laugh, you lose," but he talks about like a lot of leftists and woke people or whatever. I know his face, and I'd have to look in my thing. I'm subscribed to him, but damn near all his videos are titled by number, and they have the words if you laugh you lose in the title. This is what I feel like when I talk about stupid imbeciles. Some of them, like I said, outgrow that shit, and some of them never grew up. Yeah. Yet, I'm giving that as an example to you, right? But I wouldn't want to put the words titling in my video, you laugh, you lose, because it would be like stealing somebody else's YouTube gimmick or whatever. I don't want to say gimmick in a bad way, because I actually like some of them YouTubers, and I think they're hilarious. I could never be one of them. I just say what I think is so stupid and try not to laugh. That's just what I do. But yeah, but anyway, if you got this far in this video, you have to be really cowardly, mentally and physically lazy and pathetic to engage in facades like that and surround yourself with some kind of pseudo badasses to think that anybody that you drive by and is going to have any fear of you or respect of you and for you or whatever the hell. And then if people see that if they see that your car, your mother and dad's Toyota Corolla or whatever the hell, if it appears to be your safe space in your bubble, you're playing some kind of music like that, and then outside, people will see that, and they'll see that outside of your car, you're a very insecure goofball or imbecile, or just totally insecure and person that has a lot of growing up to do, pretty much that way, you know what I mean?